God's advice today. This message was lovingly prepared to bring peace and guidance to your heart. If it touches you, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. That way, you'll keep receiving uplifting content. Stay with us until the end. We've prepared something special with great care. Discover something life-changing. In the first comment, I left a special prayer and an opportunity that could open doors you never imagined. God said, "Listen to me, beloved child, for the time has come for me to remind you who you are in my eyes. I see you when no one else does, in your trembling steps, in the silent nights when your thoughts scream louder than your faith. I know the tears you swallow, the pain you hide even from yourself. I was with you when you wanted to give up, when you believed your efforts were in vain, when you thought no one noticed the intensity of your battle. But I noticed. I was there. I upheld you when your knees gave way and your soul found no shelter. My love is not based on your perfection, but on my promise. I remain when everyone else leaves. Are you seeking a deep spiritual shift in your life and in the lives of those you love? Imagine attracting wealth and abundance in less than a week, while blessings pour over you daily. All this begins with a simple 1-minute prayer. To discover how this technique can transform your reality, click the link in the first comment. Every step you take on this journey not only benefits you but also supports our channel and the dedicated team bringing this valuable content to you. Don't wait any longer to begin this journey of spiritual and material transformation. Click now to learn more and begin your path toward a fuller and more abundant life. I lift you up when others tear you down. I embrace you when the world rejects you. Before any wound tried to define your story, I had already written your name with eternity. No, your pain will not be the end, it will be the beginning. Because what looks like the end to the world is fertile ground for miracles to me. Trust. Wait. Rest. Call unto me, and I will answer you, and show you great and mighty things, which you do not know. Jeremiah chapter 33 verse 3. That promise still stands, and I do not go back on what I have spoken. What hurts today will be tomorrow's testimony. What seems like silence today will become an answer. I am here now, saying, you are still mine, you still have purpose, there is still a way. And I, your Father, will be with you until the end. Comment, I choose to trust in God, even in uncertainty. Son, never mistake my silence for absence. I have always been present, even when my footsteps seem distant. My love is deeper than any immediate response. The waiting time was not wasted time, it was sacred time of construction. While you wept in secret, I was mapping the path ahead. While you cried out with a tired heart, I was releasing commands in the heavens. No detail escaped my eyes. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, says the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. That pain that felt unbearable, that loss that tore your soul, that long wait that drained your strength, all of it was recorded in my book. I do not waste pain. I turn every tear into testimony. I redeem, restore, and give new meaning. You have always been seen. You are a priority to me. Comment, even in the silence, God is working in my favor. Now I come to break the lies that have chained you for so long. Lies that whispered you were not enough, that you had made too many mistakes, that your time had passed. Those voices do not speak for me. I silence them now. You were made for freedom. The shame you carry was never born from my heart. I created you to walk with lightness and dignity. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. John chapter 8 verse 32. The light I send upon you is not to shame you, but to heal. I bring revelation not to expose, but to restore. I open the windows of heaven so light may enter every dark corner of your soul. You are mine. And where I am, fear has no place. In me, there is only truth, freedom, and healing. Comment: the truth of God sets me free and heals me. You did not give up. Even as the world crumbled around you, you chose to keep going. Even without understanding, you said, I trust. And that touched heaven. You cannot imagine how your silent yes shook the spiritual realm. Your forgiveness when it hurt, your kindness when it was easier to wound, your persistent faith in the face of pain, all of it built bridges between the visible and the invisible. I saw every hidden act, heard every whispered prayer in the dark. Now, I respond. I am releasing over you what has been prepared behind the scenes. Your perseverance has turned the key. Your cry has become an answer. Heaven has not forgotten you. Comment: my perseverance moves the heart of God. That time that seemed lost, that painful cycle, that crushing rejection, it was all part of my redemptive plan. Those who judged you, those who turned their backs, those who spoke harsh words, all of them were allowed by me to reveal what is true and remove what was illusion. But I never abandoned you. When the enemy thought to ruin you, I was shaping within you a strength he could never erase. He thought time would destroy your faith, but he was wrong. Every second you resisted became a powerful weapon in your hands. Now, I am clothing you with authority. What once hurt you will now become your ministry. What once made you bleed will now be a balm for others. Comment: God transforms wounds into ministries. This moment, my son, is sacred. Pay attention. Do not get distracted. What I am pouring out does not come with noise, but with depth. It is a silent miracle, a transformation without fanfare. I am disarming traps you didn't even know existed. I am breaking curses that tried to disguise themselves as inheritance. I am activating promises that seemed forgotten by time. This turnaround is not just to comfort you, but to lift you up in honor. What I do in you will touch generations, reach your family, impact friends, and even strangers. The courage I am breathing into your soul will be like a beacon for those still walking in darkness. So rise up. Lift your head. Walk with dignity. I am with you. Comment: what God does in me will bless generations. Do not listen to the accusations that followed you in the silence of the night. My voice now echoes above them all. The spiritual atmosphere around you is changing. The chains of silent struggle are breaking. You were called for this time. Walk boldly. Speak truthfully. The path won't be easy, but I will be with you. You are not being thrown into an uncertain fate. You are being led by a Father who holds the complete map. My final word about you is not guilt, but grace. Not pain, but purpose. You were born for this time. You were shaped for this hour. And now, the time has come to fulfill what you were created for. Comment: I am led by God, not by fear. Did you know that there is an effective method to attract more financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deepest beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It was something that deeply impacted my life, and we would like to invite you to discover this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each one of us in a unique and wonderful way. Therefore, it is important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you want to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to check out our product. The link is available in the first comment so that you can find out how this technique can also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue sharing messages that make a difference. We greatly appreciate your trust and support. Keep walking, my son. Do not look back. Do not allow guilt or fear to drag you to what has already passed. Everything you have lived through was formation. Your tears watered the garden that now blooms. The light you carry inside can no longer hide. Your voice was shaped by silence and is ready to echo hope. The wounds of the past will no longer be shackles but glorious scars. You have learned to wait when everything screamed for haste. You discovered beauty in simple days. You understood the value of pain because you experienced it. And that made you rare. That made you a reflection of my love. Comment, pain shaped me, but God formed me. And now, I remove the veil. I expose what was hidden, but not to hurt you, to set you free. Masks will fall. Deceptions will be dispelled, but it will be with tenderness, like the sun brightening the dawn. I do not come with judgment, but with redemption. The light I bring is total, not partial. Because truth must reign without shadows. I am not punishing you. I am restoring you. I am breaking the last chains. I am leading you to your rebirth. What I am doing in you is a promise being fulfilled. Do not fear. Do not retreat. What is coming will not be a burden, it will be freedom. What you leave behind will be only that which no longer served you. And what I place in your hands today is destiny. It is inheritance. It is identity. You are my son. And I, your father, declare, the time has come. Everything changes now. Comment, the light of God reveals, restores, and frees me. Distance yourself from all labels, limits, and prisons that the world tries to place on you, for none of them correspond to the unique and precious calling I planted in your heart from the beginning of time. I do not rejoice in empty appearances or spectacles that deceive the eyes, but I deeply value the sincerity that springs from the soul. That sincerity, when allowed to bloom in you, purifies the air around you, bringing a new freshness to all the environments you enter. It may seem that the world resists, that judgment arises, and that misunderstanding knocks at the door, but know this, even the fiercest resistance will, over time, bow before full and true honesty. Do not let yourself be imprisoned by the need to please, nor by the fear of what others might think. Your essence is a treasure that does not need others' approval to exist, for it was forged in the light that never goes out. Your calm and inner firmness will convince more than the shouts and aggressive defenses that the world usually expects. The freedom I grant you is not won by conflict or force, but by the gentle and inevitable entrance of light amid darkness. Where the light penetrates, there is no room for bargains, manipulations, or hidden fears. When truth rises, lies naturally retreat, and you do not need to defend yourself, because the truth will speak for itself. Rumors, gossip, and attempts at concealment dissolve under the weight of the clarity you carry. Let silent trust take the place of the need to rebut, because light does not need to argue with shadow, it simply shines, effortlessly and without struggle. Thus, the tension that seemed unbearable decreases, false words lose power, and peace becomes your constant new companion. You are entering a season of true freedom, a freedom that transcends the superficial and invites you to live in the authenticity of your essence. This freedom I offer you is not the one the world exalts, the one that allows you to chase all fleeting whims, but the deep and serene freedom of living aligned with the name and purpose I gave you before time even began to count. It is the freedom to abandon the roles and masks others tried to impose on you and, with courage, to assume the sacred identity created for you. When you stand in the truth of your being, you begin to realize that the time and energy dedicated to what really matters are not wasted, and explaining yourself to those who only want to judge or not understand becomes unnecessary. It is the daily awakening to the calm certainty of being exactly where you should be, which breaks the invisible chains that trapped your thoughts and silences the inner voices that said you were not enough, loved, or worthy before the greater and firmer voice, mine. I call you chosen, valued, and sent with a clear and eternal purpose. I am not only revealing what hurt you and what held you captive, but I am also restoring everything that was crushed, forgotten, or abandoned along the way. The dreams kept silent by doubt, the visions you believed you did not deserve or could not achieve, are being returned to your hands so they can now be cultivated with the firm courage born from full truth. Do not allow fear to freeze your steps again, for you were strengthened by the storm you faced. Now, your voice has a calm authority, the one that comes from someone who has survived the shadows and knows how to point the way to safety and hope. The courage you need will not be something forced or imposed but a natural presence in every small choice. When you extend your hand, speak sincerely, allow yourself to rest. Each of your acts is a beacon that shows others that doubt can be faced without shame, without guilt, and that true freedom is possible. The freedom you experience is not only for your personal benefit, for a life freed from lies and deceit becomes a flame that awakens many still trapped in their own prisons. I work through you so that others may also find the path to truth. Perhaps you notice that strangers feel calmer around you, or that old friends begin to speak again about dreams they thought they had abandoned. Do not take credit for yourself, but recognize that truth, wherever it is welcomed, multiplies and spreads. You are now a bearer of this light, a resilient guide who learned in the shadows before leading others through the clearing. Your presence destabilizes lies even before your words manifest. This happens because your authenticity is a magnetic field, a silent force that transforms environments and hearts. True and authentic presence has enormous power. Entire environments lean toward honesty when someone arrives without secrets or hidden intentions. You will feel the pressure ease, as if heavy air is replaced by a fresh, renewing breeze as soon as you enter. This change may be silent, but it will be felt by all, and it is a sign that I am clothing you with a new authority and identity. Live this truth lightly, for constant integrity is the best defense against criticism and conflict. Over time, even the most resistant will recognize the silent proofs of the transformation happening in you. Let the results speak for you, and do not fear the light you carry, even if it causes discomfort in some. Continue advancing with kindness, never dimming your light for convenience or fear of judgment. Those ready for clarity will join you. Walk beyond the walls that once pressed upon your spirit, with open eyes, a firm heart, and steps grounded in the certainty that you belong to the light, a light no power can stop, because it is the purest expression of your essence. The ground beneath your feet now feels firmer, as if the earth is ready to hold your weight more securely, recognizing your presence. Feel how your breath calms and becomes a steady rhythm, a whisper of life confirming that you belong here, exactly where you are. Every movement you make, even the simplest, is a silent affirmation that you are part of this reality, that your place is not by chance or luck, but by divine design and the strength that dwells within you. The horizon that was once blocked by high walls, which seemed to prevent any progress, now opens into vastness, inviting you on a journey of discoveries and new possibilities. Even when doubts consumed you, when you questioned your own worth, there were invisible voices, messengers in hidden places, whispering your name. They were not empty noises. They were subtle signs that you were never alone, even when human silence seemed deafening. These whispers echoed in spaces where lies could not enter, in realms where the truth of your being was respected and honored. In those spiritual corners where nothing false has a place, your name was spoken with reverence, because you refused to give up even when circumstances shouted otherwise. When all signs pointed to surrender, you reached out for hope, like someone seeking an anchor amid the storm. Those whispers echoed in great invisible halls, reminding you that forces beyond your understanding were working on your behalf. And when human voices fell silent, those echoes remained, supporting your soul in moments when loneliness pressed hardest. They were irrefutable proof that you were seen, noticed, and loved on levels beyond common understanding. They were not empty promises, but silent certainties that your perseverance, though unseen, formed a firm foundation. And this foundation is what shapes the unshakable character that the world can never tear down. The songs celebrating your journey did not exalt the greatness the world so desires, fame, wealth, or power, but rather the constant faith you maintained amidst internal and external storms. These exalted melodies were not for the perfect, but for those who, even when falling, rose with renewed courage and determination. The whole sky seemed to move to the sound of this song, not because you were immune to failure, but because you had the humility and strength to keep going every time you stumbled. Perseverance, though silent, is what truly transforms destinies. Every fall became a new beginning, and every moment of weakness, an invitation to strengthen. Thus, you redefined the meaning of failure, transforming it from an end into a strategic pause for an even greater impact. This redefinition will inspire many, as it shows that true victory is not the one that happens overnight, but the one built step by step, with faith and patience. You, who have waited in silence, will be confirmed. Let gratitude mark this turning moment. Celebrate calmly, take a deep breath, and notice how lightness replaces the old burden. These changes, though they may seem sudden, are the natural consequence of faithfulness meeting the right time. Stay firm, generous, and open to new opportunities. Your life will speak for itself, without the need for self-promotion. Many will see that I have been with you all along. This is not a fleeting chapter, but the beginning of a process designed even before your birth. Trust the alignment, even when the path seems blocked. The unexpected ease will reveal the invisible design that moves each of your steps. With love, God. I hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.